Okay, so this is for you to practice your dialogue writing. We'll work on an extract from a short story by Roald Dahl. I'm sure you know this author. He's the author of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He's the author of many short stories, very weird and strange short stories, which I suggest you read because they're very easy to read and very interesting. So this one is called The Landlady. Maybe you know this short story already. So the Landlady is the story of a young man, just a boy actually, who's looking for an accommodation in a new town that he doesn't know. He's walking down the street just before night to go to the pub and find a room for rent. On his way, he sees a notice in the window reading "room for rent." It seems to be a bed and breakfast. So it's not his intention to go to this place. He wants to go to the pub because pubs are supposed to be cheaper. But he thinks he wants to know what the place looks like. So he just knocks at the door out of curiosity, and an old lady opens the door. The dialogue you will have to write is the conversation between this young man and the old lady. So the young man will be, as I told you, on the way to the pub. He will say that he saw the notice in the window, decided to have a look at the place, and of course wants to know about the price. The young lady is a nice old lady. She has a room ready for the boy. She offers the boy to come in, and she mentions that he will be warm inside because it's cold outside. And she gives the price of the room, which is very, very cheap. Now, to make this dialogue right, you have to know the background of the story. So the story is that this old lady is very charming, very gentle, very nice old lady, but in fact she's a serial killer. Right, this is Roald Dahl's short story, and he writes stuff like this. So she's a woman who attracts young people into her house, then she poisons them, and eventually stuffs them like dead animals, and she collects their bodies in the bedroom upstairs. So that's the idea. So to make this dialogue sound interesting, you have to pay attention to some of the details here. The boy is not in the house yet, he's just at the door, and the old lady wants him to get inside the house. So you have to make this house sound like a trap. It must be incredibly attractive. The boy must not resist. Okay, he has to get into this house. All right, so the idea is that he's going to fall into a trap, and we really need this in your dialogue. So the lady has to be soft, pleasant to look at. She must look totally harmless. All right, and the description of the inside of the house as seen from the outside must be very, very tempting. So remember, it is almost dark outside, it is very cold, and of course inside the house is just the opposite. There must be a lot of light, there must be all the details that make it warm and welcoming. Details such as a fireplace with a fire burning, a comfortable couch in the background, maybe a cat in front of the fireplace, a chocolate cake on the table, everything that makes it incredibly attractive. Okay, so this is very important. It has to feel like a trap. Okay, the boy cannot resist this. Okay, so this is what you will have to do here for this first part. When you're done writing this dialogue, you can check the